You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show. You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show.
Who's easier to lie to? Yourself or someone else? The answer is really simple. It's yourself. Because you have to lie to yourself internally before you can lie outwardly. A lie is a cockroach, find one, find a bunch. A lie is a cockroach, find one, find a bunch. Look inside yourself, think from earth, don't be thinking from a time. A lie is a cockroach, find one, find a bunch. Lie is a cockroach, find one, find a bunch. Don't be thinking from man time, thinking from earth time. Be right, BG time.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast, where we DP the fuck out of the internet.
I'm Jesus!
Show number 168.
168! The greatest show!
Shut up, word slaves. I am the living G-Time.
You are?
Scotty has quit marijuanas.
No, I've not quit it.
You're quitting marijuana, Scotty.
That is incorrect.
Scotty's breaking up with old Mary Jane.
That is incorrect.
Oh, yeah.
That assertion is incorrect, TJ.
Yeah, that is incorrect.
Nah, he was talking all this anti-weed shit on the way over here. I smoke too much weed. Now I'm all anxious. It's like, yeah, you're anxious because you ain't smoking no weed, bitch.
Hold on, but I thought he does.
See, TJ is the kind of person that obviously I've made an error in judgment and trust because, like, a private conversation is now like.
Oh, was it a secret?
No, it wasn't a secret, but it was just I was just telling you.
I mean, if you told me something like TJ got this like massive, super big hemorrhoid, and every time I take a shit, it
no, that's actually not true.
Then I could be like, all right, I won't tell no one about that, I guess.
Okay, well,
there's an expectation of privacy.
Okay, well, next time you tell me,
you just being like, man, I'm anxious because I ain't smoked no weed. I don't see like where's the violation of trust there.
Why? Okay, well, I just won't tell you things in the future.
Good. Sounds good to me.
Okay. Also, TJ, what about the things you had in your dick recently? If we're gonna get into people's dirty business.
Well, how is it your dirty business? Is what I'm saying. It's just you fucking said you weren't gonna smoke.
Okay, stop.
Yeah, don't fucking talk shit. Yeah, don't tell people shit about me, or if you don't want shit be told about you.
How is that shit about you? You fucking moron.
That's not about me.
No, it's about you, but it's like incidental. How's that a private matter?
Because it is.
It's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
My God.
It is.
You're fucking ridiculous.
Okay, so anything you say to me, I can say to anyone. Then I was in a private matter. You told me.
I think it should be obvious what is like told in like discretion and what is not.
That is what I assumed as well. So,
but that's not obvious.
Both of us are fools then.
Chat room, what do you think? TJ's right?
Oh my God,
right.
Appealing to popularity again, TJ.
Yes.
That's the oldest TJ trick in the book.
All right, well, Ben, what's your opinion? What do you think?
Weigh
in
on
on
Ben
this.
is not. Ben,
I am staying out of this.
Wade on into this.
Don't do it, Ben.
I'm staying out of it.
If you're wise, you won't.
I know.
How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm extremely anxious, to be honest with you, because I have TJ for a brother, so.
No, you're anxious because you ain't been smoking no green.
No, I'm anxious because I realize that I have to live with you, and
Hey,
at any moment you may snap and kill me.
Smoke pan every day.
I think one day I'll end up.
That would be
killed.
true of anyone that has to live with you, Scotty. Come on.
Oh no, I fear for my life around TJ. He often comes to my room in the night with a gun and is like, "Hey, Scotty, click, click, boom, bitch."
Tapping. No, I would kill you with a meat cleaver.
Oh, meat cleaver. Okay, well.
Just tap it on my palm. Yeah.
Do you guys have your cams on?
Well, I did, but
It
said
Turn that
group-
shit on.
It says group video unavailable at the moment.
Please try again later. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Okay,
Looks like it's
It
starting.
might be loading.
Okay. Oh my God, Shirt Guy, what the fuck is going on?
He's now mask guy.
What is this getup?
This would be Deadpool's X-Force mask.
X-Force.
So you're trying to be like Ben? Is Ben your favorite drunken peasant?
No, it's still Scotty Cena.
Oh, still
Scotty Cena.
Well, I can understand that. A lot of people love him, but
The most charismatic of the drunken.
me and him, we just have a history, and unfortunately, he's said a lot of lies about me.
Last night I did a game stream and Scotty Cena was there with me.
Wow.
Is he? How's he recovering?
He has made almost a full recovery.
Wow.
I look forward to seeing him again.
He was in the ICU up until so recently.
I look forward to seeing him again.
We got JF and we got Shirt Guy.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's up, JF?
I don't know. I receive a lot of messages from the Drunken Peasants fans saying there's a situation, but I don't know at all because I've not watched the recent episode. So what are people meaning by there's a situation?
Probably last Wednesday's episode.
Oh, okay.
It was the best episode ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was very enjoyable.
Breaking has ruined the word situation, and it's such a common word.
individuals.
Yeah.
It's such a common word. Like last night I was watching football. It's like, this is a fourth down situation. I was like, oh God. I just heard that in Brett Keen's voice.
Fourth down situation.
This is a fourth down situation with some individuals.
I just think of Paul's ego when I hear that.
Oh yeah, Paul does like. about as bad. I don't think I've ever heard anyone impersonate Brett Keane.
I would
better.
say that Paul does a better Brett Keane than Brett Keane.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Paul is the master of imitations.
Situation.
Just as-
At least on this show.
Individual situation.
Does Scotty feel vindicated now that the World Health Organization has declared processed meats to be a carcinogen?
Yes, he does.
Well, I already knew all that stuff, so not really.
And
Oh,
red meat is listed as a possible carcinogen.
Scotty's response, as always, is "Bam! Told you, bitch."
No, I mean the evidence has been out there for years. Like I really don't know why this one report in particular is getting all this attention. Like the evidence for this stuff has been out there for years. But I mean, people obviously dispute it. I've seen a lot of people out there saying, "Well, you gotta die from something" and shit like that.
you know what I think, Scotty? I think the World Health Organization is a bunch of vegan fucking shills.
Wow.
Run by Onision.
Meanwhile, the League of Vegans,
And
then we'll say milk is bad.
And eggs cause cancer.
Eggs cause cancer. These fools.
Vegan Gaines is like sitting there. He's like
Jerking off as he reads the report. He's like, finally.
gonna slit Daniel's fucking throat.
Watch the look of fear in his face while he bleeds out.
The life draining from his eyes, knowing he could have been a vegan.
He's gonna bleed like a stuck pig. Oh wait, no. He's gonna bleed
Yeah.
Oh no, not a pig.
like
That'd be wrong.
like a beet when you cut it. Yeah, pickled beets. They bleed. That's
Pickled
what he's gonna bleed like.
pickled beets on TJ. Something you would never eat.
Beets.
Have you ever actually eaten a beet, TJ?
I think beets are fucking disgusting.
Pickled beets.
Yeah, I hate beets.
I'll eat them.
Yeah.
You're
Gross.
garbage.
And I also don't eat sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut's not as bad.
I like sauerkraut
And I don't know. That's about it. That's only.
You eat any vegetables of any kind, TJ? That's the best.
Oh, remember when we went to Buffalo
I
Wild
eat
Wings?
vegetables all the time. What the fuck are you talking?
Remember we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and they were like, "Well, you can't have celery with this." He's like, "Fine, I don't want it.
No thanks.
I'll
No,
lose
no.
the celery."
No, they said you want celery, blue cheese, ranch. I'm like, all three, and they're like, well, we can't. You can only have two. I'm like, oh, well, forget the celery then.
Well, no, he's like, well, you can get it, but it's 75 cents more. And TJ's like, no.
Fuck no.
Dear God, vegetables for more money.
All right, let's move on.
Is it really worth it?
Is it worth it? Troll. It's gonna be a troll.
Can you send us the video, Ben?
No.
Oh, I tried to, but if it didn't come through, I'll try again.
You get no video.
Ben.
You have to use your imagination today.
Okay.
Imagination. How about now?
How's it
Right,
now?
I see it.
Got it.
Good.
Groovy.
Fucking like it really matters.
TJ, you're a pile of shit. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
He's a
A literal pile of
he's
shit.
a pile of shit stacked extra high.
Yes.
Basically.
6'6" pile of shit.
All right, here we go. Troll or not a troll?
Troll.
Hello everybody, Rain Florence. Welcome to my kitchen.
Rain
Today I want to talk
Florence.
to you about the healing properties of eucalyptus honey. I
Okay.
found this honey here in
So often you stand around your kitchen
everywhere.
dressed like this, I
It's
see.
everywhere.
I often
got
dress
this
like that in my kitchen,
huge
too.
jar for like $3. And you know, I'm a natural woman. I like everything.
I'm not one of
about-
those fucking androids.
I
that run
am the
around.
natural woman.
Yeah, I am the living woman.
The living
Fucking
woman.
robot woman.
If you-
Soon I will learn.
I think a lot
human
more.
emotions.
I think a lot more guys would like this video if she poured it on herself. Though.
She is going to.
That's what I
Yeah, it
figured.
looks-
my body to be natural, 100% natural.
Yes, natural.
I
She
don't
sounds like
use
Clarice
those
Starling.
toxic chemical products that are commonly found in Walmart. I don't use those. I use
Yeah, they're all very bad for you. All
natural
chemicals are bad. I'm so scared of
products.
chemicals.
And
Just
the
every chemical known to
benefits
man
are
is bad for
wonderful.
you.
Eucalyptus honey has amazing healing properties. You can put this stuff on burns, on insect bites, on your underarms.
Does it cure cancer too? I really
That'll
hope so.
fix that. That's the cure to TJ's sank. Is honey.
Honey.
You need to put,
Eucalyptus honey,
Yep.
TJ. Wow.
put it under your fucking arms and the crevices between your balls and your legs.
You know what?
please.
Maybe she's on to something
Nah,
bad.
it's too sticky, man. I don't want my arms to be sticking together.
Do it, bitch.
Do it, TJ, please.
I can't even do the YMCA.
Even the guests on the show want you to do it, TJ. They can't even smell you directly. Come on.
Oh, it reaches.
It reaches.
It reaches. And every band,
a cloud of smug.
Every band TJ shirt comes pre-stenched with my smell. So
Put it on my
shirt guy
nether
definitely
region.
knows.
I think that's what it's called, this area down here, just to freshen things up a bit.
Freshen it all up.
Freshen it up.
I also put it on my
I
underarms.
often rub this off my body to get clean too.
And I smell. Oh gosh.
Hold on, what?
Makes my underarms smell just amazing.
Okay, so throughout the video up to now, she was sticked. Her whole elbow and anterior arm was sticked to her body with honey. And we get to discover that when she unsticks it.
Yes.
It smells so good now, though.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it so far?
The whole honey thing. I mean, I've been working with animals that had injuries, and so some medical doctors, they recommend putting honey. I've personally never liked it on injuries. Would it improve the skin? Maybe, but personally, I don't like it. Because
troll
it
or
makes
not a troll?
Oh, the troll.
Definitely a troll. Yeah.
I mean, there's different levels of trolling there. I don't think she's a total troll. I wouldn't put 100% on her.
Does she really put honey on her vagina to freshen it up?
I think so.
Yeah,
Not a troll.
Yeah. I'm definite that she has put honey on her vagina and that she was serious
She just
about
all
it.
like,
Not a troll.
well, she's too skinny for TJ, but if she was fatter, it'd be
So
like,
not
yeah.
a troll?
Not a troll.
So everyone... What's the general consensus?
I'd say not a troll is probably the consensus.
Yeah,
What do
it's
you
a
guys
loose,
think?
not a troll. She's trolling in the sense that she's posing here probably uselessly in her suit. But that's one level of trolling, but it's not a total level of trolling. She
I
actually
believe this-
believes in honey.
I believe we also had this woman on Troll or Not a Troll once before when she gave herself a coffee enema. She squirted coffee up her ass.
I think I said not a troll for that too.
All right,
But I
so-
don't remember.
So not a troll.
Most people say not a troll.
Not a troll.
Not a fucking troll.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so JF, from what I heard recently, it looks like Canada has a new prime minister.
Oh yeah, well I'm so much in the U.S. right now that I don't follow much. So what happened?
Apparently they
Oh yeah, it's Trudeau, that one.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
this on the news. Yeah.
It's really sad news. Stephen Harper was one of the few things that was really keeping Canada together.
You're so full of shit.
And now these liberals have swept into power, you know, deceived with all their socialism and all this shit and legalizing marijuana. It's a sad day.
This is basically
in Canada.
the day Canada
But it is a
yields to
sad day, but
communism.
not
you know?
because we lose Harper, but it is a sad day because Trudeau is really low in my view, in my quality rating.
He's pretty
I think
cute.
he's
I don't
made
know.
some very bad comments.
Hey, he was a
throughout
great
his
ski
career.
instructor, though. You have to give it to him.
Is
See?
a relatively new
Look at
face
him.
in Canadian
Oh,
politics.
you want to bone him
but
or
one
get
with a
boned
very
by him?
popular
I'm
last
just saying
name.
he's an attractive guy.
Who is Justin Trudeau? He's the son of like a famous Canadian prime
He's a
minister.
son of
Why you always got to go? Why
Canada's
you always got
recent-
your mind in the damn gutter, Ben? You know?
Ben's got his mind on his money and his money on his mind.
On my mind.
general election, Trudeau ended a decade of conservative rule in
Ah,
Canada.
terrible.
He was born in 1971 while his father, Pierre Trudeau,
Pierre.
was prime minister. His popularity was so great, it was dubbed Trudeau-mania. He was compared even to John F. Kennedy.
Trudeau-mania.
When Justin delivered a powerful eulogy
I am a real Canadian.
I'm a Trudeau maniac.
at his
Aren't you,
father's
shirt
funeral,
guy?
it sparked talk of a political dynasty. The former school teacher took his time getting into politics, trying his hand at acting, charity boxing, even coaching
He
bungee.
tried his hand at charity boxing.
This is your prime minister, Canada.
He tried his hand at acting,
Charity boxing,
and
woohoo!
coaching bungee jumpers.
What?
Yeah, that's their prime minister now. You know.
Jump.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
But after his father's
See,
death,
their country's
he became
going to
more
hell in a
politically
handbasket.
active, winning a seat in Parliament in 2008, Skeptics said he was too young and inexperienced to become prime minister, but by all accounts, he ran a very impressive campaign.
I love this music.
sweeping the Liberals
It's
to
my
victory.
favorite.
For years, the Conservative Prime Minister Stephen
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he? How long was he
Stephen
prime minister?
Harper was a
like 10
genius.
years.
I think it was 9 years. 9 years of, I mean, Canada, you know, if it improved at all, it was over that 9 years. And now it's just going to go downhill again. I mean, it's, when I heard the news, I actually wept for Canadians.
He was
I'm like,
trying
wow.
to roll back all the socialist policies.
Yeah, I mean, look, do away with single payer, do away with all that crap. You know, more military spending. That he was going in the right direction. He was like, you know what, I'm looking south. I'm seeing America. I'm seeing all their strengths, and I need to emulate that. And I mean, he was dead on with that.
Also,
it's sad.
he supported, you know, Alaska touching the lower 48.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yep. They were going to give us Vancouver and everything in between.
Well, they realized America deserves it.
Yep.
We just deserve those places.
Yeah, because I mean,
British Columbia really rightfully belongs to America.
Is it really right that Alaska is? I mean, you know, Canada is keeping us from Alaska. You know, that's part of us.
Yeah, come on.
Why should I have to cross a border to get to a state?
We got to go
JF,
through
your
some other
thoughts?
country just to get to fucking one of our states.
It's wrong.
Man, that's
it's
bullshit.
morally wrong.
We also need a giant bridge from California to Hawaii.
Yeah,
I agree.
Your thoughts, JF,
On
shirt guy.
Trudeau? Well, I don't like Trudeau, but that's because of things he said a long time ago. He's
Like
an
what? What'd he say?
He said something about nationalism being something like a brute emotion or something that's good. That was good 100 years ago, but not now. He referred to nationalism as being something wrong in itself. I don't think that nationalism is wrong in itself.
Why not?
Oh well, but you look at what nationalism can do, for example, to motivate people to maintain an identity or to maintain states of law that are not available in other countries. You look at American nationalism, for example. American nationalism is what drives the level of freedom that's available in the United States of America, sometimes associated with guns, sometimes associated with free speech. But nationalism itself and the pride that you have in your nation can be a drive to increase the amount of liberty that your
You agree
people
with that,
has.
TJ?
I just.
you guys remember this
I think
political?
there was a national socialist party at one point. You know.
Yeah,
Well,
affectionately referred to as the
think
Nazis.
they
I mean,
mean
I
national.
think I think JF is a
Jeff's-
Nazi.
yeah, he supports
Oh my
Nazism.
God.
That's scary.
Oh
Why don't you
my
just get a
God.
swastika tattooed to your fucking forehead, JF?
This is a shocking revelations we're hearing today.
I don't know. I think nationalism is inherently bad, so I would agree with Justin on that.
Oh, really?
I don't think that, you know.
I'd say it's a grab bag. I'd say there's good things
I
and
mean,
there's bad things.
there might be some upside, but I think overall, just having some sort of, you know, we're proud of this country because
We were born there.
right.
Or we
Yeah,
moved
that doesn't
there.
make much sense.
I was born within these lines, and you know, yeah. I mean, I think it's usually the people who take issue with their country that actually end up changing things for the better, not the people who just think it's great as it is.
I think George Carlin actually did a skit in his last stand-up special about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what did
Yeah.
you say?
Why don't you, shirt guy, try to capture the essence of George Carlin for us and
Do it.
reenact his bit now?
Yeah, well, I could summarize it, but
What?
it wouldn't be nearly as funny. 'Cause I'm not
What?
funny
You
at
mean
all.
to tell me
What?
you're
No,
not
no
an
way.
entertainer on the level of George Carlin, shirt guy? I've always thought
Definitely
that you
not.
were.
No, it's funnier when you guys make fun of me than...
No, it's not.
We're giving you a chance to shine, shirt
we
guy,
would-
and what
why
are you
would-
doing with it?
I don't think we've ever made fun of shirt guy, have we?
No, we've never
I
have.
don't think any of us have.
Not one time.
Yeah.
I have the utmost and most profound respect for shirt guy. Shirt guy, show us your shirt there.
What shirt is that? Smoke pan every day.
Smoke pan every day.
Yeah, we're gonna relaunch a few shirt campaigns.
Do you wear any other shirts other than our shirts, shirt guy?
Yeah, I wear Deadpool shirts. I only wear these shirts during the show.
Oh, really? So you
Yeah.
never wear those shirts? They're just like artifacts.
He lives in West Virginia, so he probably won't wear the communism-looking shirt.
He should.
Be like,
Do you think you get shot?
"You communist boy."
Well, I doubt I'd get shot, but they'd give me funny looks.
You get accosted by some nationalist, wouldn't you?
Just tell them that you want communism. What's wrong with that? Just say, you know what? I think
The
America.
People's Republic of West Virginia.
Yeah, well, look, we just need some communism here. That's going to solve all our problems. What's so bad about that?
Communism. I like communism.
Yeah, communism is great. We're just gonna, we're gonna be like Russia. It's gonna be wonderful.
I'm not as communistic.
Well, the Soviet Union.
I'm not as communistic as Ben, obviously, but I'm a casual communist.
Casual communism. It's gonna be a movement. It's gonna be big.
TJ,
it's gonna be huge.
Commie. So let's watch a video.
All right. The quarterback of the Cleveland Browns got in trouble for beating up his girlfriend.
Shocking.
Yep.
So you get when you live in Cleveland, man, you just can't take it. Just got to assault everyone around you.
So you blame Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, Cleveland's a shithole.
It is.
I've heard it's better than Detroit.
Yeah, I'd say I'd probably agree with that.
The Browns quarterback, Johnny Manziel, is generating a lot more attention off the field these days than when he's on it. The NFL is now investigating his latest brush with the law a week ago. Manziel and his girlfriend, Colleen Crowley, were pulled over after the pair got into a fight in his car. Manziel told police it escalated when she threw his wallet out the window. He then said he grabbed her by the wrist to keep her from jumping out of the car. Pictures show Crowley's arm with an abrasion, is what she told police.
What happened today? You guys are obviously in this car.
He's like, I don't know, he hit me a couple times.
So I was talking to TJ about this, and TJ seems to have an opinion about how they're just now cracking down.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, probably if this had happened any time except for in the last, 5 to 10 years, the NFL would have just covered this up, not mentioned it, acted like it didn't happen, whatever. But, now that I'm watching this story, I mean, she threw his wallet out the window. He claims that he grabbed her to keep her from jumping out of the car. I mean, I didn't see the marks from where he hit her. Is that going to be shown, or?
We'll see.
All right.
While you were in the car.
Well, obviously, it has to be treated as an allegation until it goes to a trial or something.
All right, CNN sports anchor Rachel Nichols is covering the Manziel saga for us. And what is up with this?
Yeah, I mean,
what's
like,
up? What be up with this?
That whole tape, she's crying. She talks about him hitting her, him pushing her, him grabbing her arm. But she also simultaneously says, I don't want to do anything about this. He didn't hurt me. She says, I'm okay. So she's sort of giving some conflicting information, which makes it complicated for police. And unfortunately, we see this in domestic disputes. This happened. He then gives his account to police, and take a listen to what he said.
Okay.
I'm innocent.
Okay, she did toss your wallet, so it's somewhere in this field right here, regardless. Okay, so your wallet was
charging her phone. Her phone was dead.
Okay.
I had her phone on the charger, and it was in between my legs. Whenever the phone came on, and she could tell it came on due to the
screen in your car.
Due to the screen that said reading the deal. She turned the screen on. She could tell. She tried to grab it from my hand. When she grabbed it, threw my wallet out the window. I pulled up into this driveway right here, and then pulled the Huey to get out, turn around, and get up and come look for my wallet. After that happened, she threw her phone out the window. I grabbed her arm, something like this. Hey, get in the car, Hey, we don't need trouble. Get in the car, go home. I'll come find this later.
Okay.
So far he's just saying, basically she tried to jump out of the car and he just tried to stop her from jumping from a moving vehicle.
Yes.
That's what he's saying.
I mean, I wasn't in the car with him, but
yes, I have no
I noticed
idea.
that they show the marks on her arm that he has an explanation for. They're not showing any of these marks from where she was hit by him.
That's not to say it didn't happen, but I just don't know.
I can't say for sure it didn't happen, but where's the physical evidence for that? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I'm not being shown
does
it.
not care about domestic violence. TJ, supporter of domestic violence as long as you're rich and famous.
Yep.
Well, he plays for the Browns, so famous.
Famous enough. I mean, hey, CNN's covering him.
He was a pretty good player in college.
Yeah. Tonight, tomorrow,
so far
whatever.
the NFL, not so
After
great.
that happened, I guess this lady pulled over.
Somebody called
the cops after that.
So was she trying to get out of the car, or was she tossing stuff out of the car?
She tossed my wallet out of the car, and after that she got out of the car.
Okay, all right.
The key there, Carol, is that she said to police she tossed his wallet out of the car because she wanted to get out of the car and he wouldn't stop. And she thought if she started throwing things that were important to him out of the car, he would stop the car and let her out. He said that he grabbed her wrist trying to keep her from leaving the car. So you can make your own decision about whether you feel that is violence or...
Someone is lying.
Why? Yeah, who go figure.
You can make your decision. It's like, well, I mean, you can make a decision, but unless you were there or you have
if
any
she wanted,
evidence or
I mean,
facts,
if she wanted to leave the car, she should have been allowed to leave the car. But
yes, of
it's
course.
pretty irrational to want to leave the car in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, which is obviously where they were based on the footage we're being shown.
Hey, sometimes people get into fights and they just want to be away from each other. So,
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what happened. I'm not going to say, oh, he's bad or she's a victim or he's the victim. I don't know.
But I mean, you know that the media is going to be jumping to the conclusion that he's lying, she's telling the truth, and that's just the way it is.
Listen and believe.
That's a false assertion unless there's evidence.
Let's see what they say.
or a problem. You mentioned at the top the NFL is investigating the incident. That's the indication that we have from the Cleveland Browns. We asked the NFL directly if they were investigating the incident. They wouldn't say.
Okay.
Why do they have to say?
Why do they have to tell you? It really sounds like a personal matter to me. I mean, obviously they probably should look into this. And why wouldn't they? I mean, there's obviously some allegations, but when there's allegations made of something like a serious nature like this, it should be investigated.
I guess my somewhat controversial opinion on this is that I don't really give a fuck what these guys do in their personal lives, whether it's illegal, immoral, disgusting, what have you. I don't see athletes as being necessarily role models. I mean, these guys go out into a field and beat the shit out of each other for, 3 hours at a time.
But a lot of people do look up to them, though.
Yeah,
they are
you're free to look.
Figures in the community,
a lot of people look up to Hitler. I mean, people are free to look up to whoever the fuck they want to look up to.
I would say a lot more people look up to athletes than Hitler at this point.
Sure.
I mean, I would say athletes do have a lot of influence through social media.
Scotty?
What do I mean? I think it's pretty obvious what I mean.
I don't know. Mein Kampf is still a pretty well-selling book.
Well, I mean, obviously some people do, but, whatever.
What I'm just saying is people can choose their own role models.
Sure.
The NFL doesn't need to be trying to censor who people's role models should be. I think people can decide for themselves.
But I think it's media and public
how they
pressure
feel about it. Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying, is like the media is constantly trying to craft the narrative and not only control the information, but try to control how you feel about it as well.
Well, yeah, they want you to...
Especially in this case, there's no reason to punish the guy here. There's no facts. So there was some altercation. We don't know how it went and who started it or how it went on. But there are no facts there that allow us or anyone at this point to judge in any meaningful way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right, JF.
All right, moving on. Here's a video with Donald Trump. He talks about...
JF's favorite.
He talks about Bush's... part of the blame for 9/11.
Cool.
This all started because JEB made the statement that under my brother we were safe. Well, if he would have qualified by saying after the attack, but he didn't do that. So I said the other day, because somebody brought up that statement, and I said in an interview that, how can you say you were safe under his brother when we just had the worst attack in the history of our country? You can't.
I agree.
That's a completely fair point.
That is a fair point.
Absolutely,
And
Trump is right.
If Jeb Bush was smart, he'd be distancing himself from his brother, or at least, I mean, not like literally distancing himself, but not mentioning his brother and things like that.
Well, because the comparison's going to be drawn.
Well, it's not like America's forgot,
Obviously, he can't repudiate his brother and be like, GW was actually, he fucked up, he did wrong.
There's a whole crowd.
Okay, well, here, let's just think about this for a second. Donald Trump has Trump beneath him, Jeb on his campaign posters, it says Jeb! Exclamation point.
Yeah, it's not saying Bush.
It doesn't say Bush. I think that says a lot right there.
Oh, I agree.
You can't say you were safe. You can say, yes, we did well after, but then we also made mistakes there because, yes, we were safe in a sense, but we went into Iraq, which was a disaster decision, just a disastrous decision. Yep. Not Afghanistan, because that's probably where we should have gone in the first place. But Iraq was a disastrous decision.
No, actually, what we learned was we should have went to Pakistan.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have what is it? What is that thing they have? TJ, do you know what Pakistan has that those other countries don't have?
Nuclear weapons.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that does influence things, doesn't it? Like, same thing with North Korea. It's like, we'll have people say, especially after, the Holocaust and World War II, like, we'll never let human genocide.
Never again. Happening in
North Korea has
though.
prison camps. You can see them. There's satellite images of them. They're political prisoners. They're mass executed. They're worked to death.
People who escape from the country.
It means they're controlling the country. Yeah, it happens.
We don't interfere with them, though. Because they also have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, you have that nuclear deterrent. It's like, oh, you know what? I guess human rights violations are okay, or we just don't want to deal with it.
You look at what happened. Number one, I would have had much stronger immigration policies. I'm not saying I would have prevented it, but I would have had a chance because I'm pretty good at this stuff.
Well, now he's talking out of his ass here. There's no way he
I think I would have stopped
if
it.
If I would have been president, 9/11 wouldn't have happened.
In all fairness,
the hijackers roll up, and Donald's like, not them.
In all fairness, he said that he's not stating absolutely I could have stopped it. He just says he might have had a chance of stopping it because of his tougher immigration policies.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what his policy would have been?
But
are you white? Okay, you can't come in. That's it. Yeah, I guess it would have worked.
Honestly, though, I think that Donald Trump may have been able to stop 9/11 if he had simply read and taken seriously the same intelligence reports that were sent to George W. Bush warning him that Osama bin Laden was going to try to use planes to take down the towers in the Pentagon.
Yeah, they're trying to get the U.S. entangled in the Middle East.
There was intelligence to that effect that George W. Bush basically ignored. Now, I'm sure as president, you're getting shit like that all the time across your desk. But maybe if that particular piece of intel had been taken more seriously, 9/11 could have been prevented. Who knows?
Oh yeah, I mean, and the safety features of after 9/11, the only one that's been proven to be effective is reinforcing the cockpit doors. that literally is the.
Who said cock?
That is literally the only thing that's made any sort of difference, a meaningful difference.
JF, your thoughts?
Well, on 911, I just don't care because it's speculative whether this event could rehappen, whether it could have been stopped. I really don't care. It's such a weird event. You cannot make historical speculations about it. I like Trump. I like the way he talks. I like his discourse style. But we can play a little more and see what he's going to say.
You heard it here, folks. JF doesn't care about 9/11 victims.
Yep.
Only cares about Trump.
Only cares about Trump and Trump winning.
I would have had much stronger immigration policies.
Yes, but meaning
in effect,
that you would not, if you were president, you wouldn't allow student visas. I mean, as you know, the hijackers came in on tourist visas and student
visas. The visas are too easy.
So
I would have had a much tougher.
You wouldn't allow those going forward.
But Allison, they knew an attack was coming. George Tenet, the CIA director, knew in advance that there would be an attack, and he said so to the president, and he said so to everybody else that would listen, and that came out. The other thing is the FBI, the NSC, and the CIA were not talking to each other. These are the three main agencies. They weren't talking to each other, and they weren't talking because they didn't like each other.
This is why, if you're Jeb Bush, why would you even bring up your fucking brother? Why would you do anything to open that door? Because it's so easy for people to just pile a massive mountain of shit on George W. Bush because he was president for 8 years, and a lot of people consider those 8 years to be disastrous and
very unpopular.
And him to be a terrible president. He left office with approval ratings in the 20s. Why would you tether yourself to that if you want to become president? I mean, I don't even think it's necessarily fair. Jeb does seem like he's a little bit smarter than his brother. He's probably a more competent governor, whatever.
He was a governor.
Yeah, but I didn't want it to be the word governor. I wanted it to be like governor with an ER, but, you know.
You know, I think it's interesting. It's like, obviously he's running for the Republican nomination, and Trump has said he thinks single payer is a good idea. I mean, look, most people who are Republicans do not think that.
Right.
I think that's something they should really hammer him on more, is like, Trump thinks Obamacare didn't go far enough. I mean, if I was running a campaign against him, that's what I would hit him at, is like his things that are not really Republican positions.
I mean, he was a Democrat for a long time, and he still holds a lot of views that are more traditionally Democrat than Republican.
As far as I know, the only two candidates that support single payer are Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump.
It's very strange.
Because Hillary doesn't.
Nope. Although she used to.
Yeah, fuck Hillary.
Good old Hillary.
I've read her platforms, and she's garbage.
She's not garbage.
She is total garbage.
She's not garbage because I'm garbage, and me and Hillary cannot be in the same.
Well, you know,
category.
the label fits, TJ.
Yep.
No,
I agree.
The label fits, TJ.
Of course, you agree.
And they had a lot of problems getting along, and that's leadership. You have to, you have to get your three main agencies to talk to each other.
Yeah.
They had a lot of information that if it could have been correlated, it would have been very, very
Trump
helpful.
will be the decider.
As President Truman said, the buck stops here. Whether you like it or not, Truman would have said, he wouldn't have been talking about after the attack. He would have said the buck stops here. But you had the FBI, NSC, and the CIA, all three, they weren't talking to each other. Now, say what you want, but then we went out and we attacked the wrong country.
When he says they weren't talking to each other, it makes them sound like they're a bunch of teenage girls, like, she didn't like my shoes, I'm not talking to her.
But this is what I like about Trump. He personalizes organization, and I think it comes from his background as a director of companies. He see the directors of his company structure, and he likes to trust individual and talk to them as people. Whereas traditionally in American politics, people talk about titles and professions.
Yeah, but Trump, from a business background, Trump is the CEO.
Sound of you sucking Trump's
is the
cock.
CEO or owner of a company. Of course, Trump can just make any pronouncement he wants at his companies. And what is someone going to do? I disagree. Okay, well, hit the fucking road. But obviously, governments don't function that way.
And then what I like about his style is that you don't know what he will do. There's no way to tell what he wants and what he will do. It seems that he wants to be kind of destructive in the structure of the government, and that's not a bad idea, I find. But there's no way you can tell what he will do, so it will be all a surprise.
Would you say you're a Trump supporter?
I am totally a Trump supporter. I'm not a Republican, but I love Donald Trump. I just love his TV shows, and
I was just
the idea of
wondering.
having him as a president, that would be funny.
So you would vote for him if you could vote?
Yeah, if I could vote, but I won't be able, because I'm still a permanent resident.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm glad you can't vote.
I am. Donald Trump was right. Don't let these immigrants in.
Yeah.
Look at the kind of shit they
maybe he was
believe.
on to something.
Yeah, he's keeping his own voting base out.
I'm sure he'd make an exception for JF.
Yeah, JF, you're going to vote for me. Vote. Come on, hurry up.
JF is smart. He's a smart guy.
You also can't contribute to his campaign, technically, either. So, I guess you could give him a super
I would
PAC or
never
something.
contribute to his campaign. I just admire the guy, and The Apprentice show is a very good show. I think he has a sense of entertainment that very few people
Let me just ask
have.
you a question.
You know,
though.
you're not, and you're not
question.
Mexican, so you're definitely not a rapist.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me just ask you a question, though, JF.
Yes.
How taste his pee-pee?
How
I don't know. I've never met him.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because we went out and attacked
Honestly,
Iraq.
though,
They had
I mean, look, I can understand kind of on some level why you like Donald Trump, because, I kind of like his brazenness and shit, and I agree he's entertaining. I personally think The Apprentice is a terrible TV show. I would never watch it in a million years.
You're fired.
But I do
You're
enjoy.
fired, TJ.
I do enjoy his interviews. I think his interviews are entertaining. It's entertaining to watch him in the Republican debates. But good entertainer versus good leader is not really. It's not really the same thing, There's plenty of people who are very entertaining and dynamic and interesting characters that should not necessarily be president.
He is using heel heat. He says shit the way that a heel would to draw heat.
He's a wrestling fan. So.
Well, yeah, he is.
He's even appeared on WWE before, so maybe
many times, multiple times.
Maybe he's learned some lessons. Maybe he's using what he learned from pro wrestling.
Jesse Ventura said that politics is a lot like pro wrestling.
I agree.
Yeah.
no weapons of mass destruction, as you know, and as we found out, in spades. So they had we destabilized the entire Middle East. I mean, this is all, the Middle East is a mess right now because of Iraq, because we've totally destabilized. And the two powers, Iraq and Iran, one got decapitated, and Iran now is taking over the Middle East.
You know, Trump was on an episode of Saturday Night Live about 10 years ago, and mysteriously, it's been removed from like any type of archive, like on Hulu Plus, or like I guess like the DVD collection doesn't have it.
Why?
Interesting. Yeah, that is strange.
I saw it on the news a few weeks ago. They were talking about it because I guess he was coming back on again.
What a strange event. I wonder why that appearance.
Well, Trump is definitely going to get himself publicity. I mean, he gets it constantly. Pretty much anything this guy does, he fucking farts. People are like, "How did Trump's fart smell?"
I imagine they smell like one of those pine air fresheners you put in your car.
Do you want me to play more of this, or do you want to move on to?
Let's hear a little more.
Yeah, sure.
For Iraq, taking over the oil, and the other one that gets some of the oil is ISIS. Okay, so we fueled and created ISIS out of this.
Yeah, ISIS does sell a lot of oil. I think about $50 million a day's worth, or a month, or something.
You know, everyone thinks that Donald Trump is at the head of the field in the Republican race, primary, because he's so outrageous, or because his rhetoric is so primitive or whatever. But I think the real reason is because he's the only one that you can listen to that actually sounds like he has any sort of ideas about anything. I feel like the rest of them are just empty suits, there to posture, there to, spew whatever the polls are telling them to. They're manufactured candidates, totally practiced, totally rehearsed in every way. He's practiced and rehearsed in his own way too, but it's not in the way of a politician, really.
You're not I will defend the Second Amendment. You gotta do this gesture.
He's not sitting there towing the Republican Party line. It makes him look like he actually is an independent thinker. Now, I happen to think that the vast majority of his ideas are really bad. But at least he has fucking ideas. Ted Cruz, what's a Ted Cruz idea?
He's a simpering.
What's a Marco Rubio idea? I mean, people can sit there and tell you Trump's policies. He wants to build a wall. He wants to deport the immigrants, but he'll let the good ones back in through some sort of ridiculously contrived process.
Hopefully not all of them, though. Not all of them.
Well, he's going to let the good ones back. Who knows what standard?
Not certain ones that happen to be on this show right now.
All right, moving on here. Fox.
No, JF's got to stay.
No, he's got to go. Trump is right.
He's got to stay.
Get rid of them all.
He's got to stay in Canada or wherever the fuck.
Yeah, he has to go back to Canada.
I'm in North Carolina, and I'm here.
You're not allowed there now.
You're not allowed there now.
Trump's going to kick your ass out, and then,
That's why I don't mind about the wall, because I'm in America. Making babies and building families, and so if you build a wall around America,
so you have your anchor
you're
baby
just gonna
plan.
keep all of my families inside.
Okay, cool. So JF has his anchor baby plan in motion. He's like, I'm not my anchor baby. I'm going to be here. Fuck those Mexicans. They're already behind the wall. I already got in.
All right, moving on. Fox and Friends had a segment where they believe the Captain America comic book is targeting conservatives. It's liberal propaganda.
Oh my God.
Hidden in Captain fucking America.
Wow.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
What has America come to?
That's disgusting.
What the fuck has Captain America
All right,
come
we have
to?
news from the comic book world, and we're going to let the expert on this subject take it away.
Look.
Wait,
Paul, Tucker Carlson doesn't even wear a fucking bow tie.
Yeah,
anymore, so.
motherfucker, look. What is that,
See?
Paul?
See?
Hey, Paul, what is that?
Go ahead and hate that ridiculous,
What is that?
overly long piece of
shit.
shit.
It's called a tie.
Bow ties are cool, motherfucker. Doctor Who wears a fucking bow tie in one of his incarnations, for fuck's sake.
Comic books have been struggling over the past few years, Tucker, because more and more Americans are going to see movies. They're going to Marvel movies, of course, to see the Avengers, and so comic books have been struggling to get readership.
Americans are going to see...
More and more Americans are going to see movies.
The stunning insight you get when you listen to Fox News.
Wow.
Americans see movies.
Like it's new, like movies were invented
Americans
5
eat
years
fast
ago or some
food,
shit.
and Americans are fat.
As we know, comics used to be the dominant form of entertainment in America until these damn moving pictures took over.
Until the advent of the moving picture.
The talkies. Going to see a new talkie about Superman. Should be great.
All right, so anyway,
And here you have Marvel doing a little bit of a PR stunt. In fact, they've made Sam Wilson, who was formerly the Falcon. He's an African American. He's taking over as Captain America.
No!
What? What? Are you got to be kidding me. What does this country come to? You know,
TJ is distraught.
This is clearly the Racist Peasants podcast, so we're all very displeased that a fictional character, you know, is now going to be portrayed as not longer as a white fictional character, but as a black fictional character.
You know, this is Captain America, not Captain fucking backwoods motherfucking Africa, all right? We don't need this fucking black Captain.
This isn't Captain Fried Chicken, for God's sake.
Not Blackton America.
What's wrong with this country? Why does anyone even care about this?
Black Captain America.
But he's
First
got a
you turned Thor into a fucking woman, and now Captain America's a goddamn black motherfucking
enemy. Instead of going against Hydra and the typical Captain America villains, he's going up against conservatives. That's his new enemy.
That's awesome.
And,
Going up
here's
against
a
conservatives.
Yep.
So he's gonna like Captain America, just conservatives in general.
He's gonna punch fucking Ted Cruz in his fucking simpering face.
Not like a conservative extremist group or something. Just conservatives,
From
right?
the book of
if you're
the
a Republican,
series,
Captain America's
attention,
gonna
all
bust down your door
trespassers, I
and
am
kick
the
your ass.
supreme serpent. By invading this sovereign land, you defy the laws of God, nature, and the United States Constitution. Therefore, I hereby apprehend you by the power vested in me by the aforementioned God, nature, etc., etc.
So the living man is the new villain.
This is awesome. What are they talking about? This sounds great.
This sounds like a better Captain. I mean, I've never read a Captain America comic book
I
because
never have either.
he's too fucking white bread, lame, and boring.
Well, now he's black.
But now that he's black and he's fighting some crazy living man type motherfucker, I might actually check that out.
Serpent. Is this serpent an Islamic extremism, an ISIS member bent on destroying Western civilization? No. The serpent is an American who has misgivings about unlimited illegal immigration and the costs associated with it.
Right.
And that, according to the comic book...
I'm sorry. Look,
Captain America's coming for you, Tucker. He's coming for you.
You can take any point of view, any reasonable position,
Coming
and
for
then
you, Tucker.
exaggerate it and give it to an extremist and create a villain. You could do that with any fucking position. It doesn't necessarily mean you condemn anyone who even has a similar position. It just means you're giving an example of someone who's taking an extremist stance.
No, TJ, he's anti-America now. He's Captain Hate America now.
This new Captain America only wants to fight for liberal, social justice warrior values. It's practically a Tumblrite.
That's it.
Is evil.
Right, so these serpents are stopping people from coming over the border.
Can there be like an issue where Captain America like takes on some like fat internet YouTube atheist villain character
with long blonde hair?
Yeah,
and
with
glasses.
long blonde hair and glasses, and maybe he has like sentient fat that can like reach out and try to like pull Captain America in and shit.
Tits that shoot acid milk
Yeah, like
all
a
over.
Man
like,
tits that shoot acid.
Yeah, acid shooting man
Lives on
tits.
a diet of fast food.
And you know, deadly flatulence. You know, I haven't even eaten much fast food. in the
TJ, you
last
live
few
off fast
months.
food. Come on,
Fuck
we
you.
know. We know every meal of every day.
Anxious little bitch.
Hey TJ, did
Take your vitamin
Did
M,
somebody
bitch.
say McDonald's,
America's saying,
TJ?
that's not going to happen
Up
on my
4%
watch. I'm
last
not on
quarter,
America.
bitch.
Here's what the comic book
Americans
goes on to
coming
say.
back
I believe
to the
you, sir.
McDonald's teat.
I can see you have enough trouble with you already.
Shut
Trouble
up.
and disease and crime weigh heavy on your backs.
Interesting.
Of course, an interesting discussion around the idea of disease.
You know, without actually reading this comic, I don't know. You know, I don't know if they have a point or not. I would imagine they don't because it's Fox News and they take everything a million miles out of context, and even the stuff they're saying doesn't really seem that damning. So I would just say everyone go read this comic if you want to decide for yourselves whether or not what this article is saying is true.
Well, this video.
All right, next one.
Video article.
Six
Fuck you.
church members were charged in the beating death of I believe a teen.
Cool.
It happened in what was
Spiritual.
supposed to be
A
a
spiritual
house
beating.
of worship. This former school building in
Time
New
for a
Hartford,
spiritual
New
beating,
York,
TJ.
now
Why?
known
Hold
for
on.
church.
Why is spiritual in quotations? Like, are they saying it wasn't really spiritual?
In name only.
We're beating you for Jesus.
People have been doing violence against each other for spiritual reasons for a very long time.
Religion's never done
There
anything
should
like
not be
that. Come
quotations
on.
there. It should just be spiritual beating, not even question mark, just period.
What are you talking
Spiritual
about?
beating, period.
They're not real
no
Christians.
need for quotes,
They're
no need for a
not
question
real
mark.
Christians, TJ. We all know that. Any Christian does anything bad is not a real Christian.
Say that shit outright.
Not a real Christian, TJ.
With a small following called the Word of Life Church. Police say after those Sunday services,
Word of Life,
2
more
young
like
members
Fist
of, the
of
church
Death.
were-
Yeah.
Word life.
Yeah, the Word of Life.
The Fist of Death Church.
I guess the beating to death church. Come on.
were brought to the sanctuary for a counseling session to discuss their spiritual
Sanctuary.
state. 19-year-old Lucas Leonard and his 17-year-old brother Christopher.
Session turned physical. Both brothers were continually subjected to physical punishment over the course of several hours in the hopes that each would confess the prior sins and ask for forgiveness.
Wow.
This is your brain. This is your brain on religion. Any questions?
Any opinions so far?
JF has an opinion.
Just keep playing it. I mean, this is
Yeah.
people killing someone.
No word on what their alleged sins were, but the 19-year-old was beaten so badly, police say members of the church brought him to a hospital where he later died. His 17-year-old brother remains in serious condition.
From what I
Their
read, he
parents,
wanted to
Bruce
leave
and
the
Deborah.
church.
Yeah, that's what I think about. That's what I think about them. Yet again, religion. I love the people. Religion is harmless.
It just makes them happy.
Just,
What,
yeah.
How does it bother you? Like, if you don't believe it, why do you even care about it?
Yeah, religion's never done anything bad. Just you know,
These aren't real Christians.
The Crusades,
These
you
are
know,
not the real
molesting kids, ISIS, you know, beheading people, burning
Not
people
real.
alive.
Not real.
Not real religious people,
Yep.
though. Fake religious people.
Leonard were arrested and charged with
Yeah, eat
first-degree
shit,
manslaughter.
assholes.
Both pleaded not guilty.
Not
4
guilty.
Other
Fuck
church
you.
members were also arrested,
you.
including the
Fuck
brother's
you.
sister,
Fuck
Sarah
you.
Ferguson. They also pleaded not guilty. The beatings have prompted questions.
How are you not
about the
guilty? What do you mean not guilty? Not guilty? You beat him to death?
When you beat someone to death for Jesus, you're just innocent. I was doing it because God told me.
By what crazy standard are you innocent?
God told them to do it. Probably is what you would say. The Holy Spirit entered me. Entered my fist.
Jesus
Church
told
and
me
its
to
members.
beat him.
We would have never in a million years guessed anything was going on or wrong or there was before the troopers or anything were here.
A former
Yeah, I
Word
can
of
see
Life
why you
church
never would have
member.
guessed, but maybe you should have actually looked into something.
Well,
you know?
they Christians, so we didn't assume they ever did anything wrong.
Yeah, you might not have guessed it, but guess what? It's still happening, so...
Who asked not to be identified tells CNN it was founded in 1984. It's made up of about 5 families.
Okay, definitely one of those-
Has approximately
families.
So one of those
35
nut,
members.
35 members.
one of those
Teachings are-
total nut groups, like kind of like the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yep.
But surprisingly enough, I've never heard of that about them beating anyone to death, and they're a lot more hated. I guess because if you don't protest with signs like God hates fags and soldiers deserve to die, you just don't get the same level of media attention.
Nah, if you just beat people to death, you're still cool.
Yeah, you're still cool.
Are accurate to the Bible. That former member also says it is not a cult, but some longtime neighbors aren't so sure.
I would disagree.
Very loud and very disruptive.
Father Abraham Esper is a pastor of St. Patrick's St. Anthony's
Oh,
Church
fuck you.
located next door. He says he would often complain
That's not like
about
my
sound
church.
Yeah, apparently, I believe this guy's Catholic.
of drums being beaten by Word of Life members at night. At any point, were there any theological discussions with anyone about what their beliefs
Oh
are?
shit, they were beating
None at all.
drums.
I really believe this is not a mainline Christian church. A mainline
They're not
Christian
real
church
Christians.
would offer hospitality to everyone, and everybody would feel welcome, and they would point to the reality of Jesus Christ, which means to serve.
I
to
agree
be
with
open.
them.
No, he's wrong.
This is not a mainstream behavior. It was a special cult. I don't think it.
It's
puts
a
into
mainstream.
question
Oh, what do you mean it's
the
not a
whole of
mainstream
religion.
behavior? Come on, this guy belongs to a church that covered up the molestation of children. For fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, there are other things that are.
It doesn't
worrying,
matter whether
but
it's mainstream or not. They all follow the same book.
Oh, I'm not defending religion here.
No,
I'm
it's got the same stuff in it.
He's right when he says it's not a mainstream cult, and they had special IDs there.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's just, it is a no true Scotsman fallacy.
Yeah, this is basically a purity test. Oh, well, they're not really that Christian. I mean, obviously, they're not mainstream Christians. I'll grant you that. But I mean, still, what they did is abhorrent. And it was
What is a mainstream Christian?
And it was done in the name of religion. And I mean, mostly mainstream Christians are people who just ignore large sections of the Bible and its numerous contradictions and numerous terrible things it says, and just say, well, it's all about love and redemption and
There's
good
so
things.
many different interpretations of Christianity.
Of course.
I don't believe you can call anyone a mainstream Christian.
I'm not
Even
claiming
within...
that there is one such thing as being
Okay.
a mainstream Christian. I'm claiming
But
they
then-
are not mainstream Christian. That's different. I'm saying they do not have the propriety of being mainstream in the sense that their behavior does not represent 99.99999 of the rest of the
But I mean, for all we know, I mean,
Christianity.
these are the first two people they ever killed after being founded in 1984, so they went plenty of years without killing anybody.
Yeah.
This is just a recent occurrence. You know, we could say that this occurrence is isolated, but is the kind of behavior really isolated? Are these sort of tactics of beating people and subjugating people really as isolated?
We don't know.
I don't think they are. No, I mean, if you look at documentaries about some of these crazy... re-education camps people send their kids to if they're gay or atheists and shit like that.
That's
a
true.
lot of those camps
People end up dead.
use beatings. A lot of them use torture methods.
And they've had to be moved out of the U.S. for those reasons.
Yeah, well, there's still plenty in the U.S. There's hundreds of them.
There are,
Hundreds.
but the people usually don't die there anymore, because the ones that really die now are
So,
usually sent
I mean,
overseas.
if that seems pretty mainstream to me. If anything's going to be mainstream.
Well, mainstream to me is like those people who go to church every Sunday. I don't see them beating their child at church. So if I had to define something like mainstream, it would be you get to the church, you sing a little bit, you do your prayer, and then you go out. That's what I would call mainstream Christian behavior. Now, the other tendencies, how much people do they cover? How much Christians are beating their children? I have no idea. And is it higher because they're Christian, or is it there's just 10% of
It's definitely higher because
children?
they're Christians. I mean, there's books like, have you ever heard of the book To Raise Up a Child? It's basically a spiritual guide to beating your children that's sold tremendously well.
I mean, I'm open to the claim here, but I would like to have statistics saying that, for example, do atheist parents beat their child less? I'm not sure. I would love to see data, but I'm not sure.
I don't know if anyone's done that study,
Yeah,
but I would
don't know.
suspect the answer is yes.
It's interesting.
Although Scotty would beat his children.
To be present to others. This is just the opposite.
The attorney for Deborah Leonard told me he thought the facts behind the case were, quote, peculiar. He also says he does not believe his
What do you mean
client
peculiar?
was physically capable of harming her son. He says she suffers from a heart condition. Police say
Yeah, she
their
doesn't have one.
investigation is far from over.
Well, if she does, why
Jason
did she not
Carroll,
intervene
CNN.
well into this happening and say this is wrong, this needs to be stopped?
Who knows what kind of crazy fucking beliefs these people had?
Yeah, I have no idea as to what their specific belief system is.
Feminism has become something of a dirty word in certain circles.
Lately, a lot of high-profile women like Shailene Woodley, Meryl Streep, and Marion Cotillard have gone on record saying they are not feminists.
There's even a
Those
group
pieces of shit.
Well, I mean, as you say them, basically you see them as strong, independent women. I'm assuming.
So wait, her evidence that it's a dirty word is that some people have gone out of their way to say they're
saying,
not
like,
that.
they're saying women. A lot of these feminists say, well, women need to have more rights. They need to make choices. Well, if these women have chosen not to label themselves as feminists, then isn't that their choice? And we should just say, well, that's their decision.
But I mean, like, just because someone chooses not to be identified by a word doesn't mean that's a dirty
obviously
word.
Look, all feminist arguments are pretty silly when you get to the core of them, But
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say all, but I would definitely say
okay,
most.
I guess I wouldn't say all. I guess that's the wrong word to use. But a lot of them, I would say.
Most, I think is fair.
Well, I would
All
say
the
that,
women
that
against-
feminism's a misnomer anyway. They're female supremacists.
Female supremacists.
Yeah, some of them are, definitely.
Just because shirt guy can't get laid.
Oh, come on.
I don't care.
You don't know, TJ. You don't know where he's been.
I don't.
But what are these women really saying when they declare they aren't feminists?
So now yet again, you're going to speak for other people. You're going to say, well, this is what they're really saying. This is the truth.
This is what they really
This is
mean.
actually alarming because you have people here basically isolating three women and saying, oh, look, they said they were not feminists. There must be something wrong. And let me explain to you what's wrong. I mean, it's basically, it's supremacist. As the short guy pointed, it's supremacist if you're worried that there's 3 individuals in the world that do not share your view.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've done things where I've gone after, 22 signs by creationists or something, but I don't try to reinterpret the content of the signs. I just try to argue with the message.
Or make fun of it, or you make jokes
Yeah,
about
or
it.
make a joke. Maybe at the worst, I'll exaggerate their position a little bit for comedic effect. But I don't try to flat out reinterpret it and tell you what they're really saying,
This is what
they really mean.
Yeah, I always say this when you hear this phrase, this is what they really mean. It's basically because you want to posit some position to that person.
Yeah, like, oh, they're actually speaking in this coded language that only I can interpret for you.
They think they're saying is, I don't hate men, I love men.
I don't think women are better than men.
I'm not that kind of woman. You know, the crazy, bra-burning, feminazi kind.
Yeah, here's you putting yourself on a cross again.
Above men.
For anyone who needs a refresher, this is what feminism means at its core.
Feminists.
No, this is someone's interpretation.
In the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Hating men and
But
being a feminist.
if that's the definition of feminism, it has a terrible word, because don't call it feminism if it's that. That's humanitarianism and equality. But if you're going to give the name feminism, you mean that you're taking a side. You're taking the side female. And so I think that if you want to give that description to the word feminism, you have a terrible word label.
Yeah, not only that, if you actually talk to feminists on the internet, simply accepting that there should be equality economically and socially and whatever else between the sexes, that is not nearly enough by their criteria to be a feminist. There's a whole host of other ideas that you flat out have to buy into.
Yeah, you have to drink the Kool-Aid. If you don't drink the Kool-Aid, then you're not part of the cult.
I mean, you have to believe that, patriarchy is still the dominant engine of social hierarchical distribution in Western countries. You have to believe that we live in a rape culture, a culture that tacitly endorses rape and doesn't take the crime seriously. You have to believe that women are being objectified every time a female in a video game or movie is dressed in a skimpy outfit or in nothing at all. You have to buy into a lot of very arguable notions in order to really qualify as a feminist in the colloquial definition of the word. If the definition of the word is just equality between the sexes,
it's a bait and switch.
Almost everyone's a feminist. Most anti-feminists are feminists by that metric.
Well, it's always a bait and switch. It's do you believe in equality between men and women? You go, yes. Oh, you're a feminist, and then you have to buy into this whole other dogmatic, turn off your brain and blindly accept all this bullshit these people are saying. And it's like, no, people should critically evaluate these issues and come to their own determinations. I don't understand why it's like we have to this dogmatic thing where it's like you have to be a feminist, you have to say this, you have to believe this. Like, come on, let people make their own decisions.
Are actually not connected at all, not even a little bit.
Feminism is about equality of the sexes, but right now, one sex has a lot more power than the other.
Men are not systematically oppressed.
Here's an example of what I'm saying. I mean, you can't just believe in equality of the sexes. You also have to believe into this shit.
Yeah, you have to buy into a belief system.
Men are not systematically oppressed based on their gender.
That is a ridiculous statement. There are things in society that are systematically disadvantaging men.
Yeah, tell us about them, JF.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh well, I mean, if you pull the statistics about health, about how long people live, about suicide, about child custody, these are domains of life where men are systematically, or at least statistically, maybe not individually, but statistically, much lower than women.
That is the most disgusting display of mansplaining.
Mansplaining misogynist.
I have ever
Off
heard.
with his head! Off with his head!
You and your MRA talking points. Why don't you go beat some more women, you rape apologist piece of shit?
Beat me.
Based on their gender, and that's a fact.
but women are, and that's a fact too.
So if you believe any of the following:
reproductive rights,
equal pay for equal work,
seeing diverse bodies, ethnicities, and gender expressions on screen and in magazines,
providing education.
That's
no.
We can't control what's on the screen and in magazines. That's driven
by private companies,
by the industry.
Yeah, by private companies. I mean,
and also,
are there elements to racism in some of those companies? I'm sure there are.
Yes.
Also, though, I mean, you are seeing more of that diversity all the time.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like an instantaneous overnight thing, but yeah, as more people have become accepting and more people want to see that sort of progress, it's being delivered to them.
Yeah, I mean, look, if consumers say they want this, companies will deliver it.
Sure. And if these people on screen right now support that kind of entertainment, that's the kind of entertainment that will
put
be
your
made
money,
for
put your money
them.
where your mouth is.
Vote with your dollar, for fuck's sake. We live in a capitalist society.
Education to 62 million girls who don't have access to it.
Ending sexual violence.
What about how many boys don't have access to the education?
You know, basic gender equality.
Surprise.
Surprise.
You're probably a feminist.
Feel free to identify
well, look,
or
there's
not
merit-based
identify
things you just
any
said,
way you want.
and
but if you say
it's
you're
insulting.
Not a feminist,
It's insulting. Can you pause it? It's insulting to simply say that someone should get some position or some job simply because of the way they look or their gender. That's a ridiculous notion. Like, there should be more women CEOs. Like, if they merit it, then of course. And it's the same thing with acting and anything else. Let's judge an individual by their merits, not simply saying we just need more women in this industry. We just need more women here. It's like you hear this argument about like STEM fields. Like more women. It's like women are excluded. It's like women are not excluded. Women. I'm sure. I don't think women go to a college campus if they want to become an engineer, they want to become a doctor, whatever. They say, oh, I want to sign up for this class, and someone goes, oh, you're a woman. I'm sorry, you can't sign up for this course. You can't do it.
Yeah, hardcore MGTOWs show up.
Basket weaving is that way.
Brandishing fucking billy clubs and shit. Like, you
Women's
sure you want to be
studies is that
signed up
way.
for that class, bitch?
Give me a break.
There's no barriers other than the ones that exist
In some countries there are, but I don't really believe here there are barriers.
Yeah,
like
sure.
that.
In some countries, if this video were being made in the context of we live in Saudi Arabia, I'd be like, this video is 100% correct.
Yes.
But it's not being made in that context, so it's 100% bullshit.
At least understand what the term actually means.
And
Well, that's your interpretation of the term.
Ziva, we gotta go. We just don't have time for this today.
Oh yeah, how convenient.
Secular humanism. Oh God, we don't have time for that nonsense.
And if you think that you're a humanist, actually, we don't have time to explain that. So why do we even bring it up? Goodbye.
As JF has said many times, you just revealed your bias.
What do you think of that ending there, JF?
I actually missed the sense of the ending. What they did a joke about secular humanism?
Yeah, they said, and if you think you're a humanist, and then the other one's like, we don't have time to explain that, and then it ended.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think my confusion is all they're gonna get because it's a terrible ending. But yeah, the whole ad illustrates some points. First, the assumption that the message in society needs to be controlled. The assumption that we need to invade the cultural products like movies, games, and that we need to control a balance for gender equality and racial equality in those products. This is poorly defended because you have to let people express whatever they want.
downtown, hobo on the ground. Says he got a probe, no, I got my chode. But no, that's sick. If I want a dick, I can get a dick. And I like the metal stick with a little drip drip. Without the knob on the top and all the stickiness. And I know the satisfaction of a man, don't get me wrong. Wires the eyes and baby doesn't turn me on. Like when a man tries to beat me, take off my hobo clothes and then he tries to feed me. Cracking them out, putting them out, sexual sound, make scream out. Then I'll be the hobo unit friends talk about standing in the street, getting bent over a vent. Looking forward to the probing experience. Get the move, dude, use it for the back in action. Stick it in and watch the hobo's ass contraction. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 probing, 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 probing. Hobo, anal, probing. Chillin' at home, watching the tube, sorting a boner for the killing of the hobos in the vicinity of the phone. Feeling good, looking out the window. Looking down the alley for a dirty old hobo. Yeah, I like the anal probe and shoving like the dirty dozen. Says the ladies in the dress, babies, mama's, daddy's cousin. Make me feel like a hobo, tie me down for anal probe and tossing over with blood running out my ass. You think it's funny? Take a look, you fucking bust you in the nuts like you're my lover. Fucking dirty hobo dick, it's also like the sucker drip. Think twice about your trip, the hobo probe with confidence. Building up the mean or something lonely, but you're fucking hobo, 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 anal, 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 anal. Robin, 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 hobo, anal, probing. Fuck that, I ain't no tool, bitch. I'm a hobo with two motherfucking fists. And feel that rim shot, big cock in your mouth, fuck, thinking master the anal probe. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 anal. Robin, 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 Robin. Hobo, anal, probing. Tell me how to eat it right, how to take the flavor. All night with my peaches and cream on my body, I dream of you, girl.
Oral sex, anal sex, oral sex, anal sex, oral sex, anal sex, oral sex parties. Oral sex parties.
Tell me how to treat it right. I lick your pussy all night, and I am policing dreams with my face in your cream, with details to come. I believe with your pussy. I believe your pussy clean. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I want you to be. Tell me that you'll suck my dick. Tell me that you'll lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never
Anal
stop.
sex. Oral sex. Anal sex. Oral sex. Anal sex. Oral sex parties.
Tell me how to stick it right. How to poke you in the pokey and feel tight. With my dick clean from your mouth servicing. Let's go, girl. I believe pussy. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I wanted to be. Tell me that you'll suck my dick. Tell me that you'll lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never
Yeah, motherfuckers! The end of the month approaches, and if you want to be eligible for the Patreon perks next month, you got to become a patron this month. So you
Hey
can do
TJ,
that
I am on the fence about becoming a patron.
Oh, I see.
What would I get if I became a patron, you fat tub of shit?
I don't know, but if you don't become a patron, you get a big fat bitch slap across your ugly fucking face. So patreon.com/DP. If you actually want to do a breakdown of the perks, that's fine, but honestly, you should just go there and fucking read them, you illiterate pieces of shit.
Well, some people might be illiterate, TJ. Why are you against them?
Yeah.
Because they're ruining everything.
TJ doesn't want to tell you about any of the perks because he's ashamed of himself. He's ashamed he doesn't even remember them.
I remember that shit.
You don't
want me to pull them up so we can go through them?
Fine. Let's do it.
She's like, fine.
Let's do this shit. Play the shilling intro first if you got it, though.
I wonder if I do. No, I don't.
Oh, well. Fuck it. Drunken Peasants Podcast. Creating podcasts for you. $1 peoples. You get early access to the Rage feed streaming videos.
And that'll be
before they're
coming out
uploaded.
soon.
Yeah, it's coming shortly. Would have come already, but family shit. So $5, you get access to our legendary fucking private shows. Where I will get drunk and, well, I guess I can't really get drunk anymore, but we'll see. I'll figure some other way out to be impaired. Access to patron-only shows for $10 and above, and also you get to access our special commentary where we provide a running commentary over a terrible movie or a series of TV shows or whatever. And unlike the Drunken Peasants, where we can skip to the next video, we got to sit there through the whole fucking thing and be tortured.
There's almost no pausing. Very rarely will something get paused.
Right, and last time we watched and reviewed
Dungeons?
the terrible, Dungeons and Dragons. $25 or more, you get access to the Google Hangouts.
Which I believe we're doing one this Friday.
JF does those. He comes on that shit.
We're doing one this Friday before the show.
He's generally naked, too, so if you want to see him naked,
if you want to see JF really cut loose and do some crazy shit.
He's insane.
Shirt Guy's usually there, too, actually.
I'm gonna miss this Fridays.
Oh, you're a piece of fucking
so,
shit.
no shirt guy. Sorry, he's got other plans.
Shirt Guy's a piece of garbage. He won't be there.
Oh, that sucks.
Wham,
Gotta
wham.
make some money, so I give it to you guys.
Time to make some money. Time to make some money. Give it to the Drunken Podcast.
Well, thank you, Shirt Guy. We
Pledge
appreciate
of
it.
$50 or more, you get to play Cards Against Humanity. If you guys want to check us out playing Cards Against Humanity with our fans,
Well, I guess
losing terribly.
I guess that's sold out, so sorry about that. If you
Well,
want
we're thinking about opening some more slots on there.
Okay,
So.
more slots? That sounds wonderful.
More sluts. So actually, probably we'll open some more slots on the Cards Against Humanity thing because it seemed
was
like
great.
it worked fine last time.
And we suck at it, apparently. So
We have had a stipulation of this one, actually, though. If you're going to play with us, you have to be in the Google Hangout as well because we have to be able to actually communicate with you in real time. $100 or more, this is also all sold out, but you get to be a guest on the podcast whenever you want, I guess. You got to work it out with Ben, but, you get that. You get to be part of our guest rotation slot, so whatever. $1,000 or more.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to get this, but if they do, you get...
we promote the shit out of your product or whatever.
Yeah, you just become an associate producer and we become your bitch. Total bitches. We suck your dick.
Scotty, the egg thing, I mean...
yeah, you're supposed to eat that shit.
Yeah, you know what? As soon as this month is over, I'm going to have to eat it. Last month it was not there. It was very, very close. I was lucky.
So you're saying we did not clear enough for you?
No, it was right on the edge, so I lucked out. But this month is not looking that way, so...
All right, Scotty. I get to prepare the egg.
No, you're not. Don't even go there.
Yeah,
you're
I do.
not. You don't even know how to cook.
I'm gonna cook your egg.
You are not cooking the fucking egg.
He's gonna
keep
give you
on
food
fucking
poisoning.
Keep on fucking dreaming, TJ. I never said TJ will make the egg, so you can just keep on dreaming.
I think that's what everyone who donated wants
No, no, no. You can say whatever you like. Just talk to your blue in the face. It's not going to happen.
All right.
Unfunny comedian.
I think my favorite one has to be Josh Feuerstein's one, though.
I like Alex Jones's.
Alex Jones, he's... Oh, the manatee.
Oh, the huge manatee.
For the matinee.
By the way,
The matinee, yeah.
JF, you said you didn't see the Brett Keane episode, so
go back and watch it.
Yeah, in the beginning of it, he says, "So you guys call me a matinee?" It's like, what?
He's having a manatee drawing contest.
And I said, "No, manatee," and he's like, "What's that? Some kind of walrus or
a walrus?
Something along those lines." Yeah, it was really funny. You should check it out.
Sea cow.
Sea cow run.
All right, here we go. Ready, TJ?
I guess.
Vigilant Christian. Yep.
The Vigilant Christian.
Expose evil.
Let's see what's Illuminati today.
Hey everyone, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for a Vigilant report. In today's video, I wanted to share and discuss this article with you. It's okay for Christians to enjoy Halloween by charismanews.com.
Yeah, it's okay if you want to end up burning forever in hell.
How Christians should be redeeming Halloween and not exposed it. We're not called to run from Halloween, we're called to redeem it. Well, that's kind of interesting. The Bible says in the book of Ephesians, have nothing to do with the unfruitful works of darkness. So we are to have nothing to do, aka run from all appearances of evil. Halloween is literally a satanic pagan holiday.
No,
it has nothing
actually,
to do with
it's not.
Christianity.
No, it's not a satanic pagan. I mean, it might be pagan. It's not satanic. Halloween. The origins of Halloween have literally nothing to do with Satan. I guess he thinks everything is Satan, though. So
yeah, he'll say, "Well, in my worldview,
it is Satan, TJ.
Everything.
These are just my opinions, guys. These are just my opinions.
My opinions, which happen to be correct."
And anyone who tries to tell you that is satanically deceived, period.
They're
now,
deceived
on my
by
YouTube
Satan.
channel, on the main one, you can expect next week that I'm going to be covering this. I have every Halloween because Christians are losing their minds. Last year, Kirk Cameron urges Christians...
Losing their minds. I think you need to look in the mirror on that one.
I love the informal fallacy that he said. He said basically, I'm right. And if anyone is contesting that, he's satanic or is satanically deceived. So in advance, you cannot have an argument because by definition, you will be convinced by Satan if you come against me.
Yeah,
you know, you would say that, but you're satanically deceived. Well, everyone here. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, don't ask him if he's been deceived, because then he'll say that his internet connection's going bad.
What? It's gone bad.
Yeah. The one time that he just like mysteriously left the show.
Yeah.
Well, they do have caps on Canadian internet. You know, it is a third world country.
Rightfully so, because, you know, they don't want their crazy citizens out there too much.
Yeah, like Mario went up and the Canadian government's like, shut that shit down.
Stephen Harper at the time was like, holy shit, this is broadcasting out of this country? Cut that shit off now. He's an embarrassment.
To celebrate Halloween. Mind-blowing. If you haven't seen this video series I did last year, Halloween, Satanic
By the way,
Illuminati...
apparently Halloween is thought to be an amalgam of like traditional Celtic religions, like the early pagan religions of the Celts, and Christianity. So it was kind of those two getting together and having an uneasy alliance about how to still celebrate this holiday, but with a more Christian twist.
I mean, in Catholicism, it's the Eve of All Saints.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it's just kind of like how they stole Christmas, you know, the same way. Like, oh, this Christmas, oh, it turns out that's Jesus' birthday, so...
I think Halloween is in relation to Sam Hain also. That's like a...
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything about that, but maybe.
Holiday exposed, I'll leave it in the description section below. You need to know what this holiday is all about. We are told in the Bible that we are not to imitate the way of the heathen. So why is it that we celebrate their quote-unquote holy days? Did you know that our God is holy, holy, holy? Do you know that using
really
holy day for anything that doesn't have anything to do with our holy God Yahweh is blasphemous? Can you tell me what is holy about dressing our children up as goblins, demons, and devils? What is holy?
Yeah,
what a blasphemous thing for a
kids
Christ
dress
follower
as.
to follow a day and practice.
Tons of kids dressed as fucking, you know, superheroes or as certain professions or even as like folklore characters from popular fiction.
Worshipping other things, TJ. They're all worshipping.
To wear a costume of something is not worship.
They're worshipping it, TJ, and the Bible says not to do that.
Holy days.
TJ, they're fucking with God, and they're going to burn in a lake of fire for all time. The Bible says so. God will judge you, TJ. You know what, TJ? You're going to be judged. I hate to tell you this. You're going to be judged because you right now are supporting the satanic Illuminati, brainwash your children. They got to get them young. And they're getting them young.
I mean, I just wonder how he feels about his own birthday. Does he celebrate that, or is that too anti-humble? That's, you know, taking a day that's not inherently sanctified by God and trying to make it something special, you know?
What about people who were born on Halloween? Are they satanic?
Oh, yeah, so they celebrate it. They should basically change it to, like, maybe November 1st would be a much better day, or the day before.
A holy day that has the sick, twisted glorification of evil behind it. Come on, wake up. Christians, we are to abstain from all appearances of evil. Do not be yoked together with the world. Come out and be separate. Why do we want to dress up as the dead? Why do we want to celebrate a holiday?
I remember when I was younger, there used to be this thing that would happen in Detroit called Devil's Night, the day before Halloween. And people would burn down buildings and shit like that. And that was said to be like the satanic
Thankfully, Bruce
holiday.
Lee's son put a stop to all that shit.
You know, I also love when Christians talk about death. It's like a religion that basically says, for all eternity, unless you do these things in this book that contradicts itself constantly, you're going to basically burn for all time. They're the ones, Christians are the ones obsessed with death. They're the ones that talk about death nonstop.
Oh my God.
When we were in those European museums.
I was just thinking that.
All the art is so macabre and so celebratory of death and
Dutch
grisliness. And
the Dutch museum that we went to was like the grisliest images of Christian art.
Yeah, early Christianity was metal as fuck.
Oh yeah, and if you like read the descriptions, like this is to show how temptation leads you to this path, and you'll die, and basically you'll go to hell. As Christopher Hitchens said, it's the cult of death.
Holiday that all Satanists, Wiccans, all of them, all the satanic cults use as their high holy day of the year. Hallowed Eve. Do you know? Hallowed be thy name? Hallowed be thy name. And you're saying hallowed day? Halloween?
Hallowed evil.
I know. Well,
evil.
I know.
Is he going to ignore what Eve means in it? The day before?
I've almost never heard of anyone saying, oh, Halloween, now I can do my pagan rituals. Now I can sacrifice that goat. You know, I've been waiting all year for this day.
Does anyone really think of Halloween as a religious holiday?
No. It is the day before a religious holiday, though. For some people, obviously.
Yeah, for Catholics.
No one thinks of it as a religious holiday.
This is a holy day?
Maybe someone somewhere.
What
but it's
blasphemy!
so
I rebuke you who follow the Lord Jesus and would walk in that blasphemous.
You
blasphemy.
shall not
Come on,
pass!
wake up! There's nothing holy. Anyways, I'm not going to rant too much about it because I got a lot of righteous fire against this wicked,
Mario. That's
evil,
disturbing. The fires
practice.
of hell.
And you can
the fires
follow
of hell with
me
Mario.
on my main channel next week, where I'm going to just be destroying this one once again this year.
Destroying Halloween. Yeah, after Mario's video.
His house.
I feel like Mario doesn't necessarily think everything that he makes videos on is satanic. I think, you know, he wants to pump out like 300 videos a day. That's why he has so many fucking channels and shit. That sometimes he's just like, fuck, what can I say is satanic now? You know?
Well, Halloween's coming up.
Everything's satanic.
I need something like that, you know? I need a Jesuits or a Satan.
Yep.
Or an Illuminati.
Or Febreze. You need like a Febreze thing,
I need
too.
something like that.
Chemicals.
I need some group of people, real or fake, that I can just blame everything bad
you
on.
You see to put a bunch of names on, or, you know, things on a board and throw a dart, and just everything is responsible for that. Like, you know, it can be like you know, the meat industry. It can be whatever you want. Just pick something, and all the ills in the world are tied back to that.
People tweet the Drunken Peasants suggestions at Drunken Peasants. What group should I just blame all the problems of the world on?
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know.
Because, you know, I want this easy answer that people like the Vigilant Christian have. You know, I want to just be able to say, you know what, it's all Satan. He's doing everything bad, everything wrong, everything you don't like in the world. Satan did it.
We need a scapegoat, so hurry up. Send us your scapegoats.
Because yet again, we have the lukewarm, worldly, emergent church, false Christians who will be spit out of God's mouth, saying that we are supposed to redeem the satanic hollow day. What a blasphemy. Thanks for taking the time. This is the Vigilant
What a blasphemy. God, you're so blasphemous.
You're blaspheming. I'm in a tattletale to Jesus.
Jesus is like, what has he been doing?
Dear Jesus, some of these Christians out there, these emerging Christians, think that Halloween can be redeemed. Punish them, Jesus. Throw them in the fire so I can laugh at them while they burn for all time. Yeah, thank you, Jesus.
Wasn't Jesus big on forgiving everyone, though?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he was.
No!
I thought in the Bible. Okay. I guess I'm not a true reader of the Bible, because I'm not a Christian. I was falsely reading the Bible as a non-believer.
You know what we have next? we have a freestyle rap from Evan LaFavor.
Sweet.
Finally.
Ladies and gentlemen, the song that you are about to hear is called "Suck My Dick."
My God!
For a song called "Suck My Dick," tune away now.
I think we're all in the mood for "Suck My Dick."
I woke up this morning, I looked down really quick, and I looked down that morning wood cause there was my dick. Girl, and I said fuck it, I need to find a girl to suck it. So I got out of my bed to find me some head, and I was gonna truck down to your First Avenue to find a fly ass honey so we could go do what we do. But even though I was yearning, I am still just a virgin, and I'm telling you now that my life's a page book and it's turning like.
So
this is terrible.
Yeah.
He said he's a virgin. I'm so shocked. TJ's a virgin too, though, so it's okay.
Are you saying that the biological father of Jesus Christ has no flow?
I was walking down the street. I was walking on my feet. I was walking really neat until the street I did complete. It's shit like that. So yes, I would say it's pretty bad. Anybody could do that. I'm white as fuck and I could do it.
I hope you're punished for such.
You're racist, TJ. Self-loathing white person, TJ.
It's all right. I think he's still gonna allow me into heaven anyway.
Hopefully not.
If you suck his dick, he will. Because obviously he's looking for that, so...
Oh, G-Time Johnny sent me this video earlier, so might as well
play it.
Hi. This video is about multicellular communication. I'm modeling it right now. On G-Time, your mind is that clear. I always wondered as a snow ski instructor why I had to knock that babble out of adults' heads. It's because they lost this. We lost this. Remember those shifts we felt as children? That was when we were
The
divided
shifts,
from our
yeah.
body, when our mind became overloaded.
It's like that little
when we
kid in
were
The Shining.
automated at being
Mrs.
language.
Torrance.
Well, G-Time reverses this. Okay, so let's first talk about how
G-Time has proven to reverse this.
multicellular communication came to be.
Yeah, you just play with that clitoris. Play with it.
I was hoping psilocybin would help me uncrack the code of G-Time Johnny.
Obviously, you didn't take enough.
Your mind was not altered enough, Ben.
Your mind is not open to new possibilities, Ben. You are a limited being.
He's a word slave. What do you expect?
Word slave.
I was
from
hoping.
The word
I was hoping I
go.
could escape that.
Okay, well, Ben, you're just a word slave. Until you drop this belief in man time and word slavery, you're just never going to get it.
JF is the worst fucking word slave
Oh,
of
God.
all. What a fucking piece of shit. You don't
What
even
are you
understand.
saying?
You don't understand G-time, bitch.
I'm looking to understand. So right now we have a different time frame, which is the
G-time.
G-time is different than time.
Galileo time. Galileo time.
It's Galileo time? And so what is the
Man
property
time.
of G-time?
G-time is Galileo time. It is the true time. We're mixed up with Catholic time terrorism, basically.
Okay.
Because we keep man time.
Yes.
But if I convert G-time
See,
to
there's-
men time, like...
There's no conversion
what?
table. You can't convert
Earth
G-time
time?
to man time.
There's Earth time.
You
There's
can't convert, but then it's not time.
There's Earth time, G-time, and man time. You don't
Yeah.
understand
Oh,
G-time.
my God.
G-time does not exist
Profligate.
in your current limited view
All
of
right.
time.
This is blasphemy.
Well, first there was single cell life on Earth.
He's gonna explain this shit to you, you fucking
Millions of
moron.
years, billions maybe, to have them realize more
Billions.
freedom as multicellular. And how did that happen? Well, an evolution of communication is what happened. And that's what is happening within our species. But first, let me talk to you about how to bring back your multicellular communication. Is that you have to think with objects only. All of the language ever installed in your head has to be tainted. All right? And there's earth objects and there's man objects. And LOD is the way that you divide them. It is about thinking precise. All right? Is that this is actually two objects, all right? The first one is energy. And the second one is matter. You put them together and you have LOD. And it decodes all of humanity. Now you go with inheritance. All right? We are earth objects. We made man objects. Recorded language, recorded history. All right? Currency. Those are all man objects. Now, once you class these things that conduct us, which I also call conduct biology, once you class them, you are an earth object and you know what to be and you know what to conduct. And then you're able, it's like this is earth objects and this is man objects, okay? And so once you are, you relax your mind and you think with only objects, forget about all the emotional attachment to language, okay? And then all at once you realize that's how we're born thinking. But we got overran because no species ever had two biologies, all right? Conduct biology, natal biology. It's like LOD decodes everything. Literacy, object drawing. Okay? That's why I call them LOD, because you can't defeat them.
So, how do you feel about it so far?
Well, so there's a lot of confusion here, and he goes on tangents that are unrelated. But he seems to be perceiving the difference between culture and nature, right? He's saying that language has introduced things in our brain. The brain is also a product of evolution. So he's on that tension between human sciences, humanities, and culture and economics, and on the other side, the biological reality. Now he comes with a concept of energy plus matter equals LAD. Is it LAD?
I don't know.
So he has this third concept.
I
Which
thought he was saying
defines as
law.
true.
I thought he was saying law.
I'm not sure.
LAW. Well, whatever it is. So that is nonsense to me. So it seems that he's said nothing up to now, other than we are biological
That's kind of how I
beings,
feel.
and we have a culture.
You obviously do not understand G-time yet.
G-time Johnny has...
I don't think any of us do.
G-time Johnny
We
has
had him on the
admitted-
show, and we listened, and we were just still at the end, kind of like,
He's admitted to taking LSD on several occasions.
That's not at all shocking. Well, as long as he's happy.
And he lives in the mountains of California.
He likes animals, so he's a cool guy. I really don't get his philosophy.
All right, and so here's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, once you separate earth objects and man objects in your mind, and then all at once this comes back. You know, it starts slow, but then all at once it comes faster and faster, and you're grateful to be alive. And you look out of the eyes of every animal on Earth. Anything that moves, moving life, that's our CPU. You know, you're able to look out of their eyes because you are life. You're nature again, okay? I mean, you're happy inside. All right? Now, let's go to an even bigger picture. Within our species, an evolution of communication is happening, and it's called the internet. Once that, you know, you're above the language that's installed in your head, you realize all of the languages on Earth are conducting our people. We're language automating, you know, language
G-Time Johnny says the Drunken Peasants are the most evolved people on the internet.
Other than him, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
Obedient, every children, you know, that's every child, and then every generation, and then it goes on and on and on. Well, see, G-Time breaks that cycle, because the 2 classes a time, you know where nature is. You know your nature. It's multicellular communication. You come back home, all right? And you what we, you know, give to our children is conduct biology or man objects, and we give them as a gift. We end the human sacrifice called war that is prevalent in our species right now.
Fucking G-Time Johnny has the
end
solution to war.
World peace.
How can you possibly ignore this man, knowing that he's got the intellectual goods to solve the problem of war? How can you not take him with the utmost seriousness, you know?
I have no response.
All right, moving on.
One thing I retain about G-Time Johnny is he seems deeply happy. He seems to have found happiness.
He is.
Yes. Whatever his philosophy is, it seems like it's at least got that going. And, you know, he does listen to a lot of ICP as well.
Yeah, apparently.
Fucking
for
magnets, how do
those
they
of you who
work?
don't know, G-Time Johnny is a major ICP.
He posted an
and he
ICP
loves
playlist.
Fago.
Yes.
Fago is not, you know, man time. It's G time.
Fago is the natural elixir of life.
Yes.
Let's see what else we've got here.
Let's not. Let's just give up.
Oh my God.
Why?
Why am I white? I feel so guilty.
I can't even believe it, and now fucking...
Sorry for being white, everyone.
Captain America's black! Hey, look, it's
Hey,
Captain
TJ, you
America.
cannot criticize this guy.
I know, he's black.
Yeah, you can. Wow, TJ.
I'm not even
that's-
allowed to say
that is
anything about it.
racist to even point that out.
Slavery came about, and I'm here to explain how slavery happened that they don't tell you about in history.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
How
right
do you know
into
about it?
Anyway, a lot of people say how black people sold their own people in slavery. But what history does not tell you how these crackers invaded Africa and forced the Africans to sell black people.
You know, that's not really accurate either.
I mean, Europeans definitely colonized Africa. That is a fact.
The real thing is, yeah, but I mean, the real
I don't
thing,
think they were forcing.
when you're
people to
talking
be
about the
sold.
slave
there was
trade-
definitely demand.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically they went there and, you know, we could use some slaves, and so a lot of these people think, you know, I'll go fucking capture a bunch of people from this other tribe because those aren't my people anyway. Because, you know, it wasn't like all the black Africans were like, we are one people, you know, it wasn't like that. They didn't like each other, you know, just like most people throughout history.
Yeah,
like,
there were a lot of
haven't
tribal
really liked
societies.
other people. They don't like people from the next town. I mean, we still have manifestations of that. That's why people want to cheer for a sports team just because it's geographically closer to them, so they can say, yeah, even though this team is made up of people from all around the country, because it's located here,
I support it, yeah.
You know, I support it, and if it wins, that somehow says something about my greatness. You know, so it's that same mentality in these people. So they had no problem going to another tribe and capturing them and bringing them to the white people and selling
Also,
them.
it's a very narrow view of history. Basically, the North American slave trade was the only one that's ever existed.
I mean, slavery's been around a lot longer
slavery's
than
been around
the idea of
a
fucking
long
America.
time.
To slavery, you know, so forth, so on. People make it seem like it's the Africans' fault. I mean, it's a black people's fault that they sold their own people in slavery. But
no, I mean, it doesn't even it doesn't have anything to do with it being anybody's fault. There's
fault is laid all around. I mean, there's obviously the people that wanted it, I think, were morally wrong. I think the people that did it were morally wrong, but it was a vastly different time.
The society that approved of it was morally wrong on that issue.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you know, the culpability can be spread around, but no one race can be blamed at this point. No one race could even be blamed at that point. This is the decision of a collective of individuals.
Yeah,
you know, that existed at that time and no longer do.
We should never, in language, attribute fault to a race or even a group. I mean, unless they're very coordinated individual. He's doing a little bit of what AIU was doing. He's attributing fault and properties to a race. He says it's the fault of black people or the fault of white people. He's wrong in both cases.
I agree. Yep.
Duality is a cracker's fault because they sold. I mean, they forced the Africans to sell blacks into slavery. That's what history do not tell you. And you know, and there's an old saying.
What do you mean when you say history doesn't tell you that? I mean, you're talking about history too, and you're kind of showing.
What is your source for this?
History is viewed through many different perceptive lenses and shit. I mean, you know, we can't actually go back and look and quantify it very much.
Yeah, none of us were certainly there, but even if we were, we'd have our own perceptions, our own biases, and we would not be reliable sources of information, even if I had lived that time period to now.
I mean, like, to try to untangle some narrative that happened 200 years ago when there's no video evidence, everyone involved is dead, no one has a memory of this occurring, not that memory is even that reliable anyway. It's kind of hard to recreate what that was like. I mean, you have to go by whatever documents and artifacts you can dredge up.
Yep.
You know, they can reconstruct things pretty well with that, but it's always going to be open to interpretation.
He's traumatic.
Go ahead.
He's traumatic. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
He's created a strawman.
No question about it. Because many years, like, crackers have been killing people, like, entering people's lands and everything, killing off people. Like,
okay. Human beings,
all of every race, every gender, whatever you want to say, have committed violent acts and atrocious acts.
And we've all shown a propensity for going and trying to conquer other people's lands. It's nothing to do with your race. It's to do with the people who made those choices and them alone, and maybe some part of their cultural construct, but they created that intersubjectively between them.
Yeah, there's not just one smoking gun like you were white, so you wanted to kill people. That's a very simplistic view.
Dark-skinned people like yourself have certainly gone on campaigns of warfare to conquer other people's lands. That's not unheard of, and it's preposterous to say that that is some activity that is only entered into by fucking crackers like myself.
Shut up, cracker.
It's not cracker, it's cracka, Scotty.
Killed, like,
learn the fucking vernacular, bitch.
North American Indians. Basically, 99 million Native Americans. And they killed, like, 108 million black people. So forth, so on. And until this day, crackers are still killing black people. Like, for
black
example,
people are still killing crackers too.
That's definitely true. I don't really. this is just like very just simplistic, and it just seems like he wants to make everything a racial issue. It's like it's all just race. Like if you're
Look here,
slavery,
this your group versus my group.
That's it. That's just an us versus them mentality.
Us versus them.
Like
us versus
I
them.
look like this, so I know that I'm good, and you look like that, so I know you're bad.
And we need to take sides for the upcoming race war.
No thanks. It's silly and nonsensical.
All right,
race war.
Moving on.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a race war.
TJ proves his racism yet again.
Crazy Craigslist.
Oh my god, Craigslist. Craigslist is so hot. I think me and TJ just go on there every night, by ourselves. Like, damn,
masturbating to the Craigslist.
Oh, this has to be for TJ.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what voice I should do.
Why don't you just do your own?
I should. All right, I'll do it. I'll just say it in like my normal voice, I guess. Looking for a furry, bearded for fun. Married here, need to get off and be with another man. I think I actually did write this.
Yeah, I think but was it you last night?
It's been a while since my last M2M encounter, and I am itching to play. Really get off on hairy/bearded dudes. I like that feeling against my body. Have not shot a load in a few days. You need a host. Let's have some fun. Married, HWP, handsome.
Oh, we lied about the last part.
Oh, come on. Standard.
Who wants to take this one?
This one.
Okay, who wants... Do you want to do it, Ben, or...
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Shirt guy should read this.
Shirt guy!
Shirt guy. Do it.
All right. Looking for tops who want to feed me and shit their shit and piss. Oh, wow.
Yep.
All right, what is GLWM? Oh,
good-looking white man. Yeah.
Good-looking white man.
Probably. Or something more disgusting.
33 waist. Want to lick your sneakers, dirty socks and underwear, lick your smelly feet, be spit on, told to drink your piss, and eat your shit.
I didn't know you wanted that, man.
Lick your armpits, lick your ass clean. You must host a room. You be under 35, any race. Please reply with age, stats, and what you want to do.
There you go.
If you're looking for someone to eat your shit,
I'm hopefully shirt guy. We're gonna call you shit guy from now on.
I always love how they say the older guys always say they'll be always like 55, but you must be under 25 or something. It's like you're 47 according to this.
Toilet mouth open for shit feeders. Hosting newbies and experienced safe neg kinky guys with full asses and dirty minds. Like the idea of taking your dump in a guy's mouth, getting your ass licked clean, then getting on with your day as if it never happened. Drop in, drop trow, drop log, drop load if you want. Pick to trade a must. Be a cool normal guy with a kinky side. Tag shit, scat, toilet, fart, log, brown, dump.
Be a normal guy, though. None of you... We don't want any of the weirdos that do this stuff. I just want a normal guy that likes to, have his shit eaten and then go on about his day like nothing happened.
Yeah, of course.
One of those normal people.
Okay.
Yo! You gotta do it. Do you want me to do it?
Scotty can do it.
Yo, iron worker, take that faggot shit to the M4M section, son. NYC, gay worker. All right, we get it. You're a proud faggot. Do us almost with that faggot shit, son.
What the fuck?
Why are some of these involved shit?
Is this mine?
Yeah,
go for it.
Read it in the classiest way you can.
The classiest?
Yeah, really emphasize the shit out of your Frenchness for this one.
Wait, do you just want him to read it in French?
Let me blow you while you take a shit. Hey guys, I've got a weird fantasy I want to try out. I want to get on my knees and blow a guy while he sits on the toilet taking a dump. Funny, I know, but the idea really turns me on. I think it's the intimacy, the humiliation, and the dirtiness, all combined. I'm open to other stuff too. If you're into this, let me know. I'm clean, healthy, and super discreet.
I thought they said they were into the dirtiness, though, so...
Shouldn't that be super excrete?
That's, I think this is for you.
I need a friendly, strong, large cock. I am distraught by the loss of Leonard Nimoy and need some cheering up. Any reasonably attractive guys 20 to 40 with any sort of Star Trek costumes want to play? Please send me pics. I am 30, 5 feet tall, 130 pounds, white. My favorite is Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm so ready for spring break. What's on your mind? Needing to go south for a week or so? There's more stuff. Clean, DD free, safe and discreet. Expect the same. Can travel or host. Hit me back with stats and pics.
Oh, this is a different one.
Please provide. What is this different?
This is- yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the same one.
No. Do you want me to just... Hell, hold on. I'll just skip to the next one.
Seeking horse hung.
Yeah, we got a few of them here.
Got sweaty crack. Let's have some fun.
Downtown. Who's going to do it?
I can do it.
All right.
Do it, JF.
Got sweetie crack. Let's have some fun. Married heir, work in the feedy, can sneak out during the day, lunchtime, or will be free after work. It's hot today, so I know there are a lot of hot sweetie guys out there. Let me lick you clean. Really get off on the smell of a guy's sweetie balls and ass crack, pits and feet all ripe. And sweetie is hot too. If you're into having your sniff while we shoot a hot load, you need a host. Let's make this happen. I'm so horny.
Holy shit.
JF is super fucking horny.
Super
right now.
horny.
I'm actually a voice actor in French.
Oh, yeah?
Huh.
I do voices of goblins and dragons for software games.
Do it.
In French?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, sure. Why
It'd be
not?
cool to hear it regardless.
In French, I have the goblin. Hi, 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 mon maître est ici. Ah oui, il est très gentil.
So that's a French goblin, huh?
I didn't know that's what French goblins sounded like. What do French dragons
Yeah,
sound
what is
like?
a French dragon?
Oh my god, I think I had done it in some sort of English. It was... What did I do? Oh wait, I did it in French, yeah. L'ennemi n'aurait pas dû jouer une carte aussi risquée. Regardez-le perdre tous ses points de vie.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty awesome. I could see a French dragon sounding like that.
Looking for right bits, ass, balls, feet. You host. MWM, HWP, and hung. Looking for some safe NSA fun before heading home. We're in the middle of a heat wave. We're all sweaty messes. Let me clean yours up. Sweaty balls, ass crack, pits, and feet. Let me service you and let's have some fun. Age, race, all good. Just be healthy. Be able to host and want to have some fun. Hotel guys plus Harry plus S&P so fucking
That was
hot.
good.
God, so
It's just
hot.
so hot.
Standard hotel. Fuck me against the window. All right. I guess I'll read it.
Read it like NPR.
I'm trying this again because I had no luck last time I was on my own. Too many flakes. I'm staying in the standard lookout, so on High Lane, and think it would be too hot to be fucked against those big windows. 5'7", 120 pounds, nerdy Indian boy with a secret wild fag side here. I'm looking for a dom top older bro / daddy to give my warm Twinkie holes the rough pounding they are craving. Give me a facial is a plus. Send pics in your first message for trade. Looking for tonight, but happy to serve later this week too.
Well, that's very convenient.
Secret wild fag side.
My secret wild fag side. I love to have cocks rammed in my every orifice all at once.
And by the way, Chidi's not reading from a script.
I'm not reading.
I know. It's pretty fucking.
Just in case you were wondering.
You know, taking 2 horse cocks in my ass at the same time right now. It's quite delicious.
Well, you wouldn't really taste if it was in your ass, though.
Oh, my ass has taste buds.
I would like some scientific evidence that's true, TJ.
All right.
So, what do you want to do next?
I want to beat the shit out of you, Ben.
Okay.
You fucking piece of shit. I don't know, whatever.
Ben is a French goblin. We all know it. Do you guys want to play some more videos?
Ben doesn't sound nearly as high-pitched as a French goblin, though.
He is a French goblin on the inside. More videos, I guess. Or do you guys, are we wrapping it up? What are we doing?
Well, let's do one more video, then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll be back on Wednesday. Anthony Fantano.
By the way, if you're the Vigilant Christian, you should not celebrate any. You shouldn't call any of the days by their current names because they're pretty much all named after old gods.
Thursday is what? Thursday?
Yeah, and Wednesday is Odin's Day.
Oh,
so
Saturday is Saturn's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Friday is Freya's.
Sounds like a bunch of pagan crap to me.
I don't remember what other days that were, but they're all named after old gods and shit, except for Monday, which I think is named after the moon, but they kind of considered that a god, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes left. I thought we could play a debate that happened about the marijuana legalization that's going to happen.
Yeah,
here.
sure.
We'll play a little bit of that. You'll notice the guy that is the opposition to the legalization is a pretty old guy.
Ageist.
Welcome to the City Club of Cleveland. I'm Mike McIntyre. I'm the host of The Sound of Ideas on 90.3 WCPN Idea Stream, and I'm a columnist for The Plain Dealer. Very pleased to be here to moderate our conversation about issues.
You can't hear it?
You can't hear it?
No, I don't hear anything.
JF, can you hear it?
Nope.
No?
No.
Well, that's very strange.
They can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening.
It says in the chat that I actually inspired every school shooter in history.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
So even when you weren't alive, you were still...
The only thing I could think to do is to end the call and then do it again.
All right.
Oh, yeah, let's try it.
All right. I'll call you guys back.
So TJ, that's an interesting thing. So you actually inspired every school shooting in history.
I guess so.
How do you accomplish such a feat?
I don't know. It's just like a
Because
of my birth.
I was before you were even a public figure of any kind.
Sure.
So did they just like know about you? Like you used your telepathy and told them?
Let me know
I
if you
wrote
can
them
hear it.
letters as a small child.
Okay, let's see.
And 3 on the November ballot. Issue 3.
You guys hear that?
Still nothing.
Still nothing.
That is weird.
Fuck the video. Let's just talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever. We'll try to
So
cover
you
it
guys
next
hear
time.
about my fucking? I'm responsible for this fucking stabbing.
Well, you know, I kind of searched my feelings and I just knew it was you.
In Sweden, there was a
In
guy.
Sweden.
The stabbing?
Yeah, I caused
He
the
did.
stabbing.
How did you
Apparently. Well, what happened was a guy who got a sword and stabbed a bunch of people liked my videos, and somehow, I think what happened was. Actually, there's a website called, it's an SJW blog called WeHuntedTheMammoth.com. And what they think is that the hatred and corrosive effect of my videos warped him to the point where he was so morally confused that he thought it was a good idea to kill a bunch of people with a sword.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Well, whenever these things happen, they find the characteristic that is unique to that person and they point to it. Like Marilyn Manson loving or any of these things.
Yeah, he did like some Manson stuff too, but actually
heavy metal. Yeah.
It was kind of interesting because of, you know, I've made about I don't know, 1,100. I have 1,100 or so videos up on my channel. He had liked or favorited at least half of them. So it wasn't like he was just like a casual fan who watched every once in a while. Like he fucking watched the shit out of my content.
So like the videos you've made where like you ate like a Triscuit or something or some stupid shit like that. That's also contributed to that. Yeah. Okay.
You know remember when I made that like Triscuit Tower and shit?
Yeah. I remember that. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, he watched that and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna kill a bunch of people with a sword.
Yeah, like when we were making, you know what? That's interesting because we were making eggs. You kind of said that you're like, okay, the motif I'm going for here, I know we're talking about eggs, but what I'm really saying is I want someone to grab a sword and kill people.
Yeah,
and I was really confused by that direction because TJ was directing it, and I was like, well, what does that have to do with eggs? He's like, well, just swords and death. Just make sure that's part of this.
Deep symbolism.
Yeah.
I like the scapegoat culture, though.
Fuck it! It's just another example of post hoc ergo propter hoc.
There you go, shirt guy. Yep. You know some shit.
He knows it. He knows what's up. I guess we have nothing else to say. So,
yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up.
All right, then.
Thank you, JF. Thank you, shirt guy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Check us out on Wednesday.
We will be back.
We will return.
On Odin's Day.
Odin's Day!